you may have heard of microdosing a GLP-1. And it sounds really appealing because, a little dab will do you, right? But it may not be right for you. So let's talk about who microdosing is right for and who needs to stay with standard dosing. I'm Tiffany. I'm a physician assistant, but also a GLP-1 advocate. So I help people get access to GLP-1s when they can't get them through traditional insurance. If that's something that you're struggling with, there are some links over there for you to check out. A lot of people that I run into hear the word microdosing and they think, oh, that sounds appealing because I'm just going to take a little bit, so maybe my side effects will be minimum and I'll get a good effect. But we have to look at what your end goal is to see if microdosing is actually right for you. If we don't look at your end goal, you may not get the results that you want. So people typically have two different end goals if they're looking at GLP-1 therapy. The first and most common end goal is to lose weight. So that's probably 90% of people that I talk to that are on or fixing to be on a GLP-1. 10% of people who are looking at GLP-1 therapy are looking at GLP-1s to help manage conditions like perimenopause, inflammation, joint pain, or something like long COVID. So the very first question I want you to ask yourself is, what is your ultimate end goal with GLP-1 therapy? If you are in the 90% of people that tell me weight loss is my goal, then you probably are better off doing more standard therapy, standard dosing. We'll talk about that in a minute. If you are in the smaller percentage of people and you say, I really don't have that much weight to lose, but I do have some other conditions I'd like to manage. I'm perimenopausal, I'm having a lot of hot flashes, I'm having a lot of joint pain, perhaps I've got an inflammatory condition that's really causing a lot of inflammation, perhaps you've been diagnosed with long COVID. Those conditions, we have lots of research to say that low-dose GLP-1s could potentially help you, but weight loss might come along with that therapy, but you're not going to see a great deal of weight loss at the low doses that microdosing offers. People that microdose are going to be generally a near normal BMI. So normally if you're microdosing, your BMI is going to start out between 20 and 25. So you can do a BMI calculator and just see where you're starting from. That might help you determine what your goal is. So microdosing generally is a tiny dose. You don't even start at the starter dose. Now, let's go to the 90% of people who need more likely the standard dosing. So these are people that their BMI is going to be higher than 25. Now, here's where it gets confusing. What if you say, well, I'm actually looking for a treatment of all the above. I want weight loss, but I also want reduction in hot flashes and inflammation and all the things. Well, the good news is that standard dosing can do that too. It's just that if we want the weight loss component, you probably need to go with more standard dosing. Now, there is what I call the low and slow approach, meaning that you can start off at standard dosing, but maybe not move your dose up as quickly as the standard schedule. And that's okay too. Your provider can help work with you on moving your dosing up at whatever speed you need to. But the low and slow approach is not the same thing as microdosing. Now, I have two different programs for people. I have a program that's better for people who need microdosing and a program for people who need the low and slow approach. So check out over here, depending on what your end goal is, so we can help you get into the right program. Let me know in the comment section, what is your end goal? What are you trying to treat? And I can help guide you in figuring out where you fit in to GLP-1 therapy. And hit that follow button if you want to know more about all the amazing things that GLP-1s can treat.